Hello, mi amor. So today I'm back with what you can see in the ingredients. I am going to be making a creamy potato with shrimp, a Hispanic version of corn with chicken wings, and I'm excited to show you right here. I'm just giving you guys everything I'm using. Once again, as you can see in the beginning of the video, I went ahead and listed everything. I tried to make sure that I showed you guys every step and every seasoning and everything I use for each ingredient. So I am going to start off showing you guys everything. I know it's a lot, but it really is not that time consuming. I just like a lot of flavor, and I want to make sure that you guys get every seasoning and every sauce and everything that I used. So right now I'm going to go ahead and start with the potatoes. I did use red potatoes. They're a little more healthier. That's just my preference. You guys are free to use any other potato you would like. And I'm going to start off with washing them. I am definitely going to go ahead and saute them before I do it because I'm going to bake them in the oven. So what I'm doing right now, like I said, is washing them. I'm going to rub them down with some olive oil and some salt. You guys know I can't pronounce it. The Hispanic, whatever salt. Super good, healthy salt. Then I'm going to go ahead and line a baking sheet. Please excuse my baking sheet. I'm going to go ahead and line that. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and add some holes to the potatoes. That way they can steam, and it just makes for a better potato. So it gets softer, it cooks faster. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and rub some olive oil on there, sprinkle that salt. And then I will be also lining the oven with the foil, and then I'm going to use that baking sheet that I just said I was going to line with foil. I'm going to go ahead and use that as a drip pan. So I'm going to line the potatoes, as you see, on the foil, and I'm going to go ahead and put the baking sheet underneath. That way everything that leaks down, it's still steaming up. I'm going to go ahead and set my oven to 45 minutes. I also put the oven timing to 375. Now I'm going to go ahead and start my chicken wing batter process. So what I used was eggs and cornstarch. I made my own flour batter with a little bit of help from the store, a little bit, and then I'm also adding all the ingredients that I'm showing you guys, and then some milk. So what I'm doing is like a double dip. So I started with, it's not milk actually, excuse me, I'm using buttermilk. So I soaked the chicken wings in buttermilk. So they're in the buttermilk marinating. I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, add the flour and everything. I added all my personal seasonings. So after that, I'm going to also put the seasonings in the egg whites. So you just have to determine what you're using, like just a ratio. So I'm going to go ahead and take the chicken wings out of the buttermilk. I'm going to dip it in the cornstarch. Then I'm going to dip it in the eggs that I have already seasoned. Then I'm going to put it in the flour mix. And then I'm going to go ahead and let it sit for a while, because once it sits, it marinates and it just makes for a better fry. Meanwhile, I have my olive oil. It's a light olive oil version heating up. I am not a big fan of deep frying, so I make sure that I am able to use my own pot, and I put a small amount of oil, but hot enough so it can cover it in a good level amount. Obviously, I washed my chicken wings before. And I make sure that I keep it at a low temperature. Next, I'm moving on to my shrimp. Unfortunately, I did not show my cooking process of the shrimp. Right now, I am showing you guys the cream that I made. So I'm adding all my seasonings, my whipping cream, and my butter. And I'm just going to go ahead and whisk that and make sure that it's cooking on low heat and just get it a really good creamy consistency. And I have to have my spice. I mean, come on. After that, I'm going to go ahead and check on my potatoes. Make sure that those are doing okay. And again, when you're making like a homemade cream sauce, you want to make sure that you have the right temperature, okay? And I'm also, like you can see, adding my cheeses. Again, there's no specific cheese you need to use. I personally use the sharp cheddar with the Parmesan, and I love that flavor combined together. It's up to you. I did add the shrimp to the sauce. Now what I'm doing is making my wing sauce, and once again, I was not able to get me basting my chicken wings in the sauce, but I did use the wing sauce and the butter and mixed it together. I melted it on the pot and I tossed the wings in the sauce. I went ahead and boiled them for about 5 minutes. Here is the finished product. What I'm doing now is adding the butter and the sauce and the shrimp to my baked potato. It took a little longer for the baked potato. I think I had to bake the baked potato for about an hour and 20 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead, and the corn also, I'm so sorry guys, it was a busy day and I had family come over. With the corn, I did do it a more Hispanic style. I cooked my corn, I added tahini, butter, a little bit of mayonnaise, Parmesan cheese, and some lime. Mix it all together. I'm going to go ahead and plate that for my family. So we have the corn Hispanic style, we have the potato with the shrimp, and the cheese and sour cream coming with that sauce I made. I'm adding the chicken wings. I did add the rest of the sauce. It's not contaminated, don't worry. And then I added a little bit of extra because my husband loves an extra spice. Once again, you guys are free to add any other things you want to add. I added some green onions. Please let me know if you enjoyed this video and if you tried it. I hope you guys